Hey guys, Sonic Smash Bros here, and Synchron Quasar is in King of Games this time. Just not in the way I hoped, because basically the successful attempt was all scoops, pretty much. Nothing really to write home about, but hey, I don't care, it's been done. And well, cards did change a little bit for this one, so let's profile this once again. With a Bond Illuminates the Future, you pretty much know what the skill does by now, so I'm just going to go over the basics. Each skill effect is once per duel, and you can change the position of set cards set by the skill. First effect, send the Synchron or a level 2 Wind Warrior with a 1000 less attack from hand to grave. Add a Synchron from deck to hand and set Synchro Chase from outside of the deck. You know how good Synchro Chase can be, but you also should be structuring your combos around not needing it, so what can you do? Second effect, send all monsters you control to the graveyards if their total combined original attack is 2500 or more. Set 2 random Siren Dragons with different ends out of the 4 from outside of your deck. You know what this can bring out by now. And turn 3 and onward, return Stardust Dragon from your field or graveyard to the extra deck. Then change the level of all Synchro monsters you currently control to level 2 and set Lifestream Dragon from outside of the deck. You also know what the deck needs by now. The main deck must have at least 7 level 2 or lower warrior type and machine type monsters, and the extra deck must have a level 10 or higher light monster and no monsters other than Synchro monsters. So let's get right to it. Double Dunk Synchron, you know this one by now. Normal summon, you can target a level 2 or lower monster in the grave, special summon it in defense with effects negated. The one Doppel Warrior is up next. When a monster is special summoned from your grave except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. If it's into the grave with Synchro material, you can special summon 2 Doppel tokens in attack position, level 1 Dark Warrior type monsters with 400 attack and defense each. You know the drill by now. The Double Jet Synchron. If this card is sent to the grave with Synchro material, you can add a junk monster from deck to hand. Or if it's in the grave, you can send the card from hand to grave, special summon it, but banish it when it leaves the field. One effect per turn, only once that turn. And worth noting because Artifact Lancia shows up quite a bit nowadays. If someone knows they don't need Lancia and they just pitch it for whatever reason, and you have to do the discard effect, Jet still goes to the graveyard instead of being banished. So hey, bring your Lancias at me. I really don't care unless I have to deal with back row. Double Dunk Converter. You can discard this card and a tuner, add a Synchron from deck to hand. If it's sent to the grave with Synchro material, you can bring that tuner back from the grave in defense mode, but it can't activate effects this turn. Each effect is once per turn. You know the drill by now. Synchron Explorer. When normal summoning, target a Synchron in the grave, special summon it with effects negated. And the Synchron Carrier. Once per turn, you gain an extra normal summon for a Synchron monster per turn, and if another Synchron monster is sent to the grave, as a Synchro tailor for the Synchro summon of Warrior type or Machine type Synchro monster while you control this card, you can special summon a Synchron token, once per turn. Level 2, Earth Machine type monster, 1000 attack, 0 defense, you know the drill by now, that never comes up really, it's just there for the extra normal summon. On to spells, no traps, we have the one Forbidden Droplet, you know what this does by now, send any number of other cards in your hand and or field to the grave, choose that many effect monsters your opponent controls, and until the end of this turn their attack is halved and their effects are negated. In response to this card's activation, your opponent cannot activate cards or the effects of cards with the same original type, monster, spell, or trap respectively, as the card you sent to the graveyard to activate this card. And one Forbidden Droplet per turn. I was considering putting in 2, believe me, but no, it's too much of a tech card. You'd have to give up more stuff than you would normally like, and it's only 1 per turn, so why bother with any more than the 1? Book of Moon is back. Target a face-up monster in the field changes to face-down defense. I was considering a 3rd Chalice, though, and since PK is now losing Ophion, thank God, it might not be as needed anymore, but it still will be needed from time to time. The Double Forbidden Lance, yeah, when I think you need 3 Cosmic 3 Lance, and you're making me only play 2 Lance, there's a problem. Target a face-up monster on the field until the end of this turn. The target loses 800 attack, but it's unaffected by the effects of other spell and trap cards, and still the triple Cosmic Cyclone, pay 1000, target a spell or trap on the field, and banish it. I was considering doing 2 Cosmic 3 Lance. Field spells are still important to deal with. Summon Breaker, Necro Valley, Zombie World, Skystriker Airspace Area 0. What's the other one I'm forgetting off the top of my head? Just generally, field spells as a whole are important to deal with. Oh yeah, Toon Kingdom as well, on the rarer times that comes up. Right. Anyway. Double tuning, add a Synchron tuner from deck to hand, send the top card of your deck to the grave, you know the drill. And Double Forbidden Chalice. Target a face-up monster on the field, it gains 400 attack until the end of the turn, but effects are negated for the turn. Onto the extra deck, of course, the Shooting Quasar Dragon. Must be Synchro summoned, cannot be special summoned by other ways. Maximum number of attacks per battle phase equals number of non-tuner Synchro monsters used to Synchro summon it. Once per turn during the player's turn, you have an Omni Negate, and when it leaves the field, you can special summon a Shooting Star Dragon from the extra deck. Stardust Warrior is next. During the player's turn, your opponent would special summon monsters, not through an effect. You contribute this card and negate the summons. If you do, destroy those monsters. During the end phase, if this activated successfully, you can special summon it from the grave. If this card is destroyed by battle, or if this face-up card you control leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, you can special summon a level 8 or lower Warrior Synchro monster from the extra deck, and it's treated as a Synchro summon. Very classic, very useful. Of course, speaking of useful, Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Once per turn during the player's turn, when another monster's effect is activated, you can get the activation. If you do, destroy that monster, and if you do that, this card gains attack equal to the destroy monster's original attack until the end of this turn. More importantly, if this card battles a level 5 or higher monster your opponent controls, during damage calculation, this card gains attack equal to the current attack of the opponent's monster it is battling during that damage calculation only. Neos Ubel players, I implore you, read this effect. I know you want your burn damage, but be careful. You don't know how many times I flipped Chalice into Ubel the Ultimate Nightmare, stop that with Crystal Wing, and Neos Kludra still swings. Thinking, okay, burn damage, go burn, Neos Fusion keeps me safe. Did you literally not just see Crystal Wing say no? Oh, man. Anyway, Stardust Dragon, the classic. During the player's turn, when a card or effect is activated, they'll destroy a card or cards on the field. You contribute this card, negate the activation. If you do, destroy that card. And during the end phase of this activated successfully, you can special summon it from your graveyard. Formula Synchron is next. When this card is Synchro summoned, you can draw one card, and once per chain during your opponent's main phase, you can essentially excel Synchro. Catapult Warrior, which has come in clutch from time to time, believe it or not. Once per turn, you contribute one junk monster, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half of the original attack of the attributed monster. Granted, I prefer Garden Rose Maiden, but we don't have that yet. You'll see why I love Garden Rose Maiden so much eventually, but anyway, such good Synchro. But Scarred Warrior is next, speaking of which. Your opponent cannot target face-up Warrior-type monsters for attacks except for this one, and once per turn, if this card will be destroyed by battle, it is not destroyed. Lastly, Tatsunoko. If this Synchro summoned monster will be used for another Synchro summon, one monster in your hand can be used for one of the other Synchro materials, and it's unaffected by other monsters' effects, including Winged Dragon of Ra and Mortal Phoenix. So pro tip into Ra, make sure you end on this in defense mode at the very least, if you can get at least Stardust. You'd rather have Stardust over Crystal Wing if you're going first, because you don't care about Stardust being sent to the grave. You care about keeping your Crystal Wing around for later. That is it. The only other cards I can really think of are some hand traps, so let's go ahead and take a look at these. Where is it? Artifact Lancia. Mainly, tribute from your hand or face-up field, in this case the hand, and the other player can manage cards for the rest of the turn during the opponent's turn, and it's a quick effect. So, really useful at stopping things like Shiranui, Zombie Synchro in general. Agents don't entirely get their full board, so that's a good thing. Although agents are going to be shot to hell in this upcoming man list, and skill rebalance. Yay, thank God. I wish Skyscourge Invincible was still banned, but what can you do? Same with Summon Breaker, but oh well. And lastly, just in case you really feel like you need it, where are you? Okay, I passed it. Where are you? I know you're here. There you are, Effect Failure. Yep, during the opponent's main phase, you can send this card from hand to grave, target a face-up effect monster, and it's just a quick negate. So, pretty useful. So, like I said, all the replays were basically scoops. So, I'm going to do things a little bit differently here, and this could open up the road for something else in the future. So, I'm going to show a couple of bonus replays I had intended to show. And instead of the climb to King of Games, I'm going to show some King of Games replays proper. It's still a road to King of Games because the bonus replays were on the way there. But for the most part, it is still King of Games content. So you're going to see some actual proper King of Games duels.
Duel Gazer? Duel! Here I go. Watch how I duel.
And I will warn you, those King of Games duels were all back to back to back. There was one more I was considering showing, but I ended up not doing so. So, agents, you're about to see why they are getting absolutely gutted in this upcoming ban list and skill rebalance. Let it be known. Spoiler alert. They do special summon Master Hyperion and tribute it for something. They don't even need to do that. They can just tribute their link. Pretty much creating an unbreakable board.
I activate my monster's effect. From my hand, feel a I know what to do. I synchro. I activate my Watch this. I activate my monsters. I activate my monster's effect.
And there's Sky Scourge and Vincil.
I activate a spell card. Watch this. I synchro summon a monster. Okay. I know what to do.
Yeah, in this case you would just tribute the link instead, but yay, we have a Banisher, a Book of Moon essentially, and a Floodgate against spells. So my main out to this is gone.
Synchron's effect. Here's my tuner month. I activate my monsters. I'm counting on you. I special summon a monster.
I activate my
By the way, in all technicality, he misplayed here several times. He could have stopped this from happening right here.
Red Dragon Arch. Up here. Jet Synchron's effect.
Freeze. I activate my monster's effect.
I'm guessing he was worried about Arcephis, which is why he banished RDA, but bad idea. Guess what, buddy? I play Crystal Wing.
Synchro summon a monster.
And Sky Scourge and Vincil negates all spells.
Let's battle. This is the I activate my monster.
No,
effect.
all spells. Can you see where the problem is here? Bonk. That was
a nice duel.
honestly poetic. Would you believe me if I said the first time I saw that happen when it was going on live, I did not realize that I had won that until I realized, wait. That was funny. That was honestly hilarious. So, Phantom Knights. Another thing getting hit by this ban list, as I mentioned, because they are losing Evil Swarm Ophion. Because now they have to play PK Rum Launch, which means both cards are limit 1'd again, thank God. It also means they can no longer play Reinforcement of the Army, so that's a pretty big hit.
I duel. It's go time. Witness the
And I didn't open a good combo at all into this. But oh well.
I'll set a card.
Yeah, I choose to set specifically the Chalice and Lance and not the Cosmic this time, because I know I'm going to need to deal with Break Sword, and I know I'm going to need to deal with PK Rum Launch.
I synchro summon a monster. Level 5. I activate a continuous. The tuner monster. Okay. I synchro summon him. I end my turn. It's my turn. I drop everything is.
Also, yay, one card full combo because funny Torn Scales.
I activate my continuous trap. Raider's Unbreakable Mind. I activate Torrens, the Phantom Knights of. I activate the Phantom Knights of. I activate Torn Scales as this effect.
We're just gonna stop Torn Scales here.
The Phantom Knights of Silence. The souls of the fallen rise to fight again. Right, free the. My deck. Rise up.
Do I know why that happened? No.
I activate silent boots as a
Also, pardon if you hear rain. We've been getting massive thunderstorms out here all week.
I activate Phantom Knight Sword's effect.
Summer, folks.
The Phantom Knights of Wrath. The souls of the fallen rise.
Oh, that's why you did that.
I activate Rack Break Sword's effect activates. There's still hope.
We're just gonna chalice here because I know for a fact you have PK run launch.
There's still hope for me. I
No.
over my face down card. I activate Dragon Gloves as effect. I activate Phantom Knight's Wings effect for my right. I'll set a card. I end my turn. I draw from my hand. I'm not scared to.
And Infestation Terminus.
I end my turn. Ready? I draw from my hand. I activate a spell card. I activate Rank Up Magic Launch from my graveyard. Here's my
Yeah, good thing I got that lance when I did.
I activate Ancient Cloak's effect. I end my turn.
Okay, I see what you were going for here, but... Yeah, problem, buddy. Red Dragon Archmage.
Up here. I'm counting on you. I back. Red Dragon Archfiend attack. Red Dragon Archfiend effect. Go!
Hey, rare time where the Sire Dragon effects actually do something.
This is that.
No, that wasn't it at all.
None of my strategies work. The power of
Summer weather, folks. Summer weather. Hey. What a pain. But hey, that was something, I guess. And again, rare time where the Sire Dragon effects actually mattered. The only two that really ever come up are RDA and Ancient Fairy, oddly enough. Although Ancient Fairy has come in clutch probably the most out of all of them. But anyway, I believe up next is Dark Fluid. Yes, it is.
Sure. I never.
And I'm the one going freaking second.
I know what to
Which
do.
means you are going to see Dark Fluid pop off.
Create the ultimate circuit. I activate my monster's effect. Firewall Guardian.
I'm calculating the formula for victory.
And just a moment.
I activate my
And you are not need to.
Signet Mining.
Alright. Anyway.
Create the ultimate circuit. I set
Cyber
here.
Switch. Guardian brings
Firewall
itself
Guardian.
back.
Firewall Guardian. I activate Cyberse Witch's effect.
Paladin of Storm Dragon, although I don't know why you didn't go Cyber Sage for the fusion summon, but anyway.
Ritual summon a monster. Descend. I activate Cyberse Witch's effect. I know what to do. Paladin of Storm Dragon, act all right. I create the ultimate circuit. I set. Show yourself. I activate my monster's effect. I link summon a monster. Appear. Link 3. I activate my monster's effect.
Decode Talker,
I activate
Microcoder.
my monster's effect. I know what to do. Create
And
the
rare time
ultimate
you'll actually see
circuit.
Topologic
Setting a card.
Bomber Dragon.
I end my turn.
It's go time.
You know they're gonna
I
come
draw.
in hard.
Witness the bump
I do.
from my hand. I activate a quick play spell. The tuner monster jump synchron effect.
Signet Refresh's effect activates from the graveyard.
I need your help. I activate my monster's
I
effect.
activate my monster's effect.
I need your help. I special summon a monster. I flip over my face down, wearing the marks of endless wars.
So you may be wondering why I did Carrier for the Synchro summon. I wasn't taking the chance of, you know...
Now's the time.
I
I
activate,
activate my monster's
effect.
effect.
The tuner monster jump synchron.
hopes of the world.
Put quite bluntly, I wasn't taking the chance of cross-wipe blowing up.
Synchro summon.
What was it? Synchro Chase, yeah. So I could at least have the Sign of Dragons. Even though it really wouldn't do anything.
Take flight. I set a car. I set a car. I'm not scared. Attack! Stardust Dragon!
Go! Hell phases effect. Activate.
Go, Playmaker!
I end my turn.
My turn. I draw. I'll flip over the card that
I activate Stardust Dragon's effect.
Tribute Defensor, force the Stardust
I
play.
activate.
Dark Fluid Link to recover.
I know what to do. I summon a
How's
monster.
this for an answer? I
Time
flip
for
over
battle.
my face down
Go.
car.
I activate my monster's effect.
Quick bit of burn damage from Bomber Dragon. But here's a little fun thing you can do to
Stardust
force
Dragon's effect
Topologic Bomber
activate.
Dragon and have it amount to nothing for the opponent.
Stardust Dragon!
During the end phase,
I activate my
summon
monster's
Stardust
effect.
next to its link.
I activate
That will force it to
Stardust
activate.
Dragon's effect.
You tribute Stardust, and if you have Synchro Chase, that forces it to resolve. We're still in the end phase.
Dragon's effect activates.
So Stardust comes back again.
Stardust Dragon!
If any one of you in the TCG remember the Bomber Dragon, Nightmare Cerberus, and Stardust version of the Exodia FTK,
It's go time.
yeah, that's how I know about that.
Your dueling was impressive.
This is the strength of our friendship.
That was beautiful. Now, for some King of Games matches. And I'm trying to remember what this one is to start things off. Oh right, I think this was Constellar actually.
I'm ready to duel. I think it's finally time.
First time in a while we've seen these.
Up here. I summon a monster. Up here.
So I'm sitting here thinking, okay, he has Omega and Pleiades, so unless I draw another Chalice or a Droplet, I lose. No, he kind of screws
I
up.
activate my monsters. Watch this. I activate my monsters effect. Here
Grabs
I
Pollux because he already has Caduceus.
I
Yeah, he goes Dweller for some reason. I don't get it either.
Up here. I activate my monsters effect. From my hand, watch this. I exceed summon a monster. I activate a continue. It's still not the
It's go
right time to make my
draw.
move. That won't work now.
Yeah, he has Lancia, and one thing you need to know about us Synchron players, we don't care. So I searched junk here for the pitch because I know I'm going to need the Synchro Chase, and of course, freaking
I flip over my face down. Okay. I activate my monsters. The tuner
Chalice
monster
just gets
junk synchron.
pitch, of course.
That's a mistake.
Speaking of Chalice, no you
I
don't.
activate a quick play spell.
Nice try, buddy.
I set a card. I set a card. I synchro summon a monster. Level 5.
And so we can just climb with Synchro Chase in this case, and not have to care about Dweller.
The tuner monster, need your help. I synchro summon a monster.
And so Crystal Wing essentially gets to take control of the board. Pleiades is gone.
My turn. I draw. Watch this. I summon a monster. Up here. I'll play
Zoom Schmally, and I know for a fact he knew about the Crystal Wing the game.
I activate a continuous
You're not
spell.
the only one.
Except no, you won't be activating that. Not today.
I activate my monster's
How's
effect.
this for an answer?
I activate,
I activate my
monster's
monster's
effect.
effect.
With that, I end my turn.
What intrigues me here is he just,
I draw.
It's your
I
turn.
set
for
a card.
reasons I will never
I
know,
expected you to do
I
that.
activate my monster's
activate-
effect.
did not put Dweller in defense there. I don't get
Here
it.
I go. My monster attack. I end my turn.
An unnecessary 1,300 points of damage.
I draw. Watch this. I activate my monster's effect.
How's
You had to
this
have
for
known that was coming,
I
dude.
activate my monster's effects.
Time to... It's still
It's
not
go
the right
time.
time to make
I
my
got it.
move.
This will end.
Yeah, he played that long game wrong in all sorts of ways.
I knew you would.
As a duelist, I believe in all my cards.
Literally could have held the
And
line.
this belief.
Could have held the line with 3,900 life points left. That would have been pretty good, but no, he just misplayed like crazy in the end. So, Sherry's brand new skill that just dropped with this event rerun is busted. It is being used by basically everything because there are no restrictions on it.
Rev it up.
Monsieur Duel.
It's my turn.
We are dealing with Zombie de Fleur, as I'm calling it.
Each card has.
Also, unfortunate! I hate when that happens.
I flip over my face. Okay. I activate my Here's my tuner. I'll set a card. I know what to do. I
Hate when I mill the carrier when I'm trying to go for that combo line.
I synchro summon a monster.
And you've seen this combo plenty of times.
I synchro summon a monster. I end my turn.
It's my turn. This is where you fall. I go. I activate those the flaws effect.
You're not the only.
I
one full of
kinda have no
surprises.
choice but to stop
I
that.
activate my monster's effect.
Here I go. I activate my monster's effect.
You're not the only one full of surprises.
And with Samurai Skull negated by Droplet, that actually forces him to do a different play altogether.
Here I go. I synchro summon a monster. I activate necrotic. What's this? I activate my monster's effect. Exceed summon.
Beatrice, and you
I
pretty
activate
much
my
know where this
monster's
goes.
effect. I activate my monster's effect. Victory is within. Let's battle. Social de Blanc attack. That ends my turn.
It's go time.
It's your turn.
I draw.
However, I activate my monster's effect.
I activate my monster's effect.
I don't know why you did that.
The tuner monster jumps.
And yeah, I could have just
You
casually ran him over with Crystal Wing at that point.
This is the.
I did not have to care anymore, but I wanted the style, and it's Cherry, so of course I'm gonna go Quasar at the end if I can. But for the final King of Games replay we have here, sorry to break your 12-win streak, bro, but this was a really good match. Yeah, we're dealing with Altergeist. And this dude got so lucky that I was going second, because I have the full combo.
Here I go. I'll set a card. I set a card. I'll set a card. I've put together a pretty good lineup.
I'll tell you this right now, he opened double personal spoofing, which is going to prove quite annoying here. But since we have the full combo, I really don't have to care.
I'll set a card. I know what to
You may be wondering why I specifically went Crystal Wing here instead of the Quasar.
I'm not scared to attack. Let's battle. Scarred Warrior.
I had my suspicions as to what that set card is.
Activates from my hand. Altergeist. Special summoning Conqueri activates her effect.
Go.
I activate.
Yeah, but the moment you activated that, Conqueri's off the field, your Silkwoodus is gone.
Altergeist Conqueri's effect activates from my hand. Altergeist. Special summoning Conqueri activates her
end my
effect.
turn.
My turn. I draw. I activate
Yeah,
trap.
that is exactly
Altergeist manifestation.
why I did not go for that.
I activate my continuous trap. Personal spoofing. From my hand,
Formula Synchron's
And
effect.
Formula is gonna come in clutch here, because something you need to know.
Strike with a fist that crushes the
There's a
strongest
reason I didn't lance here.
Excel Synchro.
Even though everything's about to get blown up here, including your own Silkwidus, why would you do that?
There's still hope for me. I'm counting on you.
Altergeist Meluseek.
Yeah, Synchro Chase will keep Crystal Wing alive anyway.
Altergeist Meluseek.
That is actually one way I get around Dark Hole with this combo.
There's still hope for me.
And we use Lance to stop any battle damage from happening, so Crystal Wing can't be sent to the graveyard.
I draw. I set a card. The tuner monster Junk Synchron. Jet Synchron's effect. Here's my tuner monster. I'm not scared. Junk Synchron attacks.
Meluseek's effect
I
activates
activate
when
my
she goes to
monster's
the
effect.
graveyard.
Go. My monster go. My monster. Let's see what you
You're
can
playing
do.
well.
I
I
am my
draw.
turn.
I activate personal spoofing's effect. Altergeist Marionetter. Marionetter activates her
You're not
effect
the
when
only
she
one
summons.
full of surprise.
I activate personal.
In hindsight, this was kind of a misplay on my part.
I set a card. I should be able to survive until my next turn.
I won't let you
I
win
end my
this.
turn.
I draw. Battle. This will.
I activate my
So,
trap.
force the manifestation. I know exactly what they're going for.
Silkwidus. I activated a Altergeist multi.
And I specifically-
Altergeist Meluseek.
This will end you.
I activate
Let this happen because of one thing and one thing only.
I activate my monster's effect.
And it's Silkwidus. They can effectively infinite loop this.
My monster. Here I go.
Meluseek's effect activates when she goes to the graveyard.
Yeah, except I don't care about that. This is game anyway.
This will end you. My
So, a
monster
slight
attempts
misplay there toward the end, but I'd say overall that was pretty good.
I couldn't hack it this time, but I'm not giving up.
The power of my bond over yours was the determining factor.
So, Synchron Quasar, in general, like, I've mentioned my thoughts on this plenty of times by now, but I hate to tell you this, at this point, the ban list isn't going to be enough. Boral Dragon Link is going to be the literal best deck in the format, and lock so many decks out of the game, with no real way for most of them to answer it. Blue Eyes didn't get touched because Kamani is just a bunch of idiots in that regard. And even then, we still have some floodgates still running around. So, Synchron Quasar is struggling now. I never thought I'd say this, but it is actually struggling to play the game. A good amount of stuff from this ban list that needed to get hit did not get touched at all, and that's the big problem. And some of the unlimits were also a massive freaking mistake. Looking at you! Freaking Mech Knights, why did they put Memory to 2? Why? Well, let's see, there's also that. There's Envoy at the beginning, which means BLS can play the Crackdown spam build again. Why? Like, what were you thinking? Vessel for the Dragon Cycle. We're all sick of Tenyi at this point. There's just no real reason for this format to be the way it is. And while it is improving in some ways, every single unlimit was a mistake. Memory to 2 was a mistake. So, I don't know, I think as a whole, like, Synchron Quasar is going to struggle now in any upcoming format, let's be honest here. That's all I have to say on this. Hopefully next time I'll have more positive stuff to say, but I gotta get going. I'm out of time. So until the next video, later guys.